Hello.
And welcome back or welcome to Books and Crannies.
A book lovers podcast.
That's right. That's Sarah.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Danielle.
That's Danielle.
That's right. And we're back at it again, folks.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my goodness.
Holy
heck.
camole.
Camole. Holy heckin' camoles. Dog. We are still in Red Rising.
Yeah, we are.
Chapters
18,
they're up there.
18 through 32.
Those are the ones.
Those are. Hopefully that's what we said last week.
I think so. If not, well then, sorry about it. But that's what we're talking about. So
yeah.
Deal with it.
Buckle the heck up.
No, it certainly is. I did the math again to be sure I wasn't lying to you.
Perfect.
But yeah, I am enjoying myself with this book.
Maybe. Listen, I've said it in our weekly check-in, but I'll say it here too so the people know. The people. I am in a book slump.
Yeah.
And everything that I read sucks. Nothing is enjoyable right now.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
So I think I'm having a book hangover from the David Bad trilogy.
I mean, it was so good.
It was so good.
So good. That plus River of Silver.
Yeah.
All of that mixed together.
Yeah.
I get it. But this is pretty interesting. I'm enjoying it.
It is interesting.
And I'm not in a book slump, so.
It's just a little chewy.
It is very dense.
And when I'm like, I don't want to read, I don't want chewy.
That's fair.
And so it's like hard for me to fucking slog through it.
It is hard. And I read it the night before.
Yeah.
Like all of it the night before the section.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always very tired. So it's like
yeah,
trying to get it done. But I was interested enough to keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I also read it all the night before.
Yeah.
Except I literally could not last night. I got to the point where I had like 60 pages left and was like, I have to stop because I actually don't know what's happening. Who am I? Who are these people? Where am I?
What is going on?
What is going on?
That's fair.
So
I
might not have much to say in this section because I don't know.
I'll tell you as much as I know.
And maybe you talking will make me be like, oh, yeah.
And then that. I think I'm just going to like knowledge dump, tell you what's in my brain.
Great.
It may not be in any sort of rhyme or reason or sense or order, but
that's fine.
It's fine.
That's how I like it.
Yeah. But Sarah, before we do that, how the heckins are you?
Well, I'm fine.
Yeah. Minus your slump.
I'm in a slump, yeah, but outside of that, I'm fine. My back still hurts really bad.
Stupid.
I don't know what's happening.
You're 30.
Yesterday, I got home from work and my ankle was the size of Africa. For no reason. I don't know what I did to it, except that I broke it, a couple years ago. And sometimes it gets the size of Africa because of that.
The ghost
I have like a
breaking past.
Yeah. I have a little bone floating around in there.
God.
I assume just gets irritated sometimes.
Sarah, I'm so uncomfortable.
Well,
it's no fault of yours. I just viscerally react to things like that.
Same.
That's terrible.
When the doctor told me, okay, so I have to tell you a little bit of backstory. I was in Alaska. I hurt my ankle stepping in a pothole. Went and got it x-rayed. They were like, it's just a sprain. You're fine. And then the very next summer, I again stepped in a pothole in the parking lot of our old apartment.
Yeah.
And had to go to the hospital and get x-rays. And they were like, it's just a sprain. However, you have an old broken bone in there that's just floating around. So the summer before, I had actually broken my ankle and the doctors in Alaska are dumb.
Well, dang, dude.
So
they just left you with a floaty bone.
And I'm like, do I need to do something about that? You don't seem concerned. I'm concerned.
I don't want my bones floating, bro. They're supposed to be attached.
Yeah.
To one another.
So
at very least.
Oh, but anyways, the point in me telling you all of that backstory was that when he told me that, I was like, I don't want it. Get rid of it.
Take my bone.
Can you put it in a jar for me, please?
Yeah,
I want to keep it.
Souvenir.
Turn it into a necklace.
Bone on your bookshelf. A necklace.
I don't know.
I was thinking of like floating jar bone. Floating jar? The bone is floating in a jar.
Right.
Or you can make the jar float if you have that magic.
We could turn the jar itself into a necklace.
So either an obscenely large necklace or a teeny jar.
Yeah.
Okay. But also it depends on the bone size.
It's true. Yeah.
How big is this floater?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I assume it's little. I mean, ankles aren't like giant. A tiny jar will probably do.
All right, we'll work on that. You work on extracting said floater. Yeah, I hate that for you.
Every time I think about it, I start like trying to feel it.
Stop. No, don't do that.
And I just imagine, I have never been able to find it, but I imagine that if I could, it would feel like an E-cap, how it just kind of wiggles around.
Yeah, kneecaps make me uncomfortable too.
Same.
God, what's that about?
But
My
anyways.
kid probably doesn't even have kneecaps yet.
Yeah, no.
Ugh.
They say they don't get them till they're like 2 to 4.
Older. Yeah. She's just got squishy knees.
That's weird. Now I want to squish her knees and see what they feel like. I've never poked her knees before.
She's really into her knees right now because she knows what they are.
Okay. Yeah.
And she pulls up her pant leg and says, "Hi, knee," and then puts it back down and goes, "Bye-bye."
That's very cute. Has she said butt crack anymore after last week?
Not unprompted.
Okay.
But if you ask her to say butt crack, she will.
That's very cute.
Yeah, no, her new words are cookie and peekaboo, which is peekaboo,
Yeah.
obviously. And they're the cutest freaking things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. I heard her tonight say her own name for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's very cute.
I know. She has a very good twist on her name.
Yeah.
It's really cute. And I would say it, but you don't get to know my kid's name. Sorry about it.
But anyways, I'm great.
Sounds like it. With your Africa angle, your bad back.
Yeah. This is 30, y'all.
Yeah, we're thriving. We're thriving. Well,
So if you're younger than us, that's what you have to look forward to. Bad backs and Africa ankles.
and a swollen knee. My
Yeah.
right knee has been fucked up for days. I don't know what the
Heck.
heckins I did to it.
Well, you're on the floor with children
That's
all day.
true. The up and down has got to be it. But man, it hurts. It feels like there's a freaking melon under my skin.
Ugh. So
It's like grinding
bad backs,
around.
Africa ankles, and melon
knees.
knees.
It's really great.
I love
Really great.
it. 30's fun.
Yeah, we're thriving.
Yeah. Well,
You gonna ask me how I am?
I did. I said, but anyways, I'm great. How are you?
I don't think you did.
I did.
I think you said I'm great. Well, when you're editing, you can find out the truth.
All right, I'll say it again just in case.
I'm pretty good.
You interrupted me. Great.
I'm not bad.
Well, that's
It was a
good.
good kid week. The kids didn't give me hell this week. So
Good.
That's as much as I can ask for.
Yeah.
We did lots of adventuring. I did a paint and sip with friendos and painted a cute ghost and Halloween. Ghost and pumpkin picture.
Yeah, it's very cute.
It is cute.
I'm sad that I didn't go to that.
I know. Well, next time, they all were like giving me shit about how mine was good and they sucked. And I was like, guys, I'm not, stop. I'm bad at taking compliments. That's the moral of the story. So I'm like, I'm just really anal. I don't know. But no, I kind of know what I'm doing to an extent.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they were like, let's do another one and Danielle has to teach it. And I was like, whoa, that's a step too far.
Yeah, that's like a whole different thing.
I'm like, I know how to copy things well.
Mhm.
And one of the girls was like, great, just find a different picture and copy it and tell us what you're doing. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I could try.
I mean, that's what we
accepted.
talked about doing with the cookies.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
That's true. So anyway, did that. And other than that, I'm chilling. I have a busy weekend ahead of me, which is mildly daunting, but it's all fun things. So
I also have a busy weekend, not fun things. Also daunting.
yeah.
The saga of moving my entire house around continues. But it's fine. It'll be worth it once it's done,
Yeah.
and it'll be good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good.
this weekend, we're painting.
Oh,
Wow.
we love a paint, kind of.
It'll be fine.
I'm like, I always think I like painting, and then I started doing it, and I'm like, this sucks.
Same.
Last thing I
Same.
painted was my kid's room with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are not only painting all of the walls, but also all of the baseboards
Ugh.
and the closet door and the bedroom door.
That's gross.
So
I hate that for you.
we.
Well, hopefully it'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, pop a drink, dance, blast some tunes.
Yeah.
Or listen to an audiobook together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not selling it, am I?
No. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be pretty when it's done. So.
At least there's that. What color did you pick?
Well, we're doing like an oatmeal color on all of the walls except one. And then on that wall, we're doing like a really pretty deep forest green.
Ooh.
Yeah. I picked
like
the
that.
colors. So.
Cute. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it'll be pretty.
Yeah.
We had to like pick, mostly bright color because the room that we're painting is garden level, and so it's kind of dungeony.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the colors that are in there now, it's my current bedroom, and it's really ugly. It's like a ugly brown and just like a white, a yellowy white.
Ew.
And I just hate it.
That's fair.
It's very drab and sad feeling.
Ooh.
And then all of our baseboards and the closet door and the bedroom door are really dark wood.
Yeah.
And so it just feels cave-like,
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to brighten it up a little bit.
Well, shit, yeah. I'm excited to see the end result.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways.
Anyway, I guess we should talk about the dang book.
Yeah.
So again, to remind you, because it's been 20 minutes. Probably less.
It's
but-
probably been like 10.
Yeah, well, okay.
Drama.
Whatever, Sarah. Red Rising.
Chapters 18 through 32.
Wow.
We-
In unison.
Yeah.
Same inflection. Who are we?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, last week we left off. I'm going to say this because it's the one thing I can probably say. Last week we left off with Darrow getting sorted into his Hogwarts house.
Yeah.
And now he's in school.
He's in school, but
In
it's
the-
a wild ass school.
Yeah, it is.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
What the hell? But he got chosen or sorted into Mars house,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all like planet based.
Yeah.
His is Mars. So,
What?
yeah. And they start school, like you said.
We're off to a great start.
And their first like feast or dinner or something, they're like ordered at the table based on their test scores and other things.
Yeah.
And Darrow is like the right hand of the house head guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But they also are all vying after the position of freaking Primus or whatever, which is like the head of their house.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a prefect, okay?
Yeah.
But in Mars world, Red
Yeah.
Rising times.
Right.
And they have to get like 4 bars of whatever.
I think it's 7.
5.
I think it's
5.
Okay.
5 or 7. I don't know.
It's
Bars-
for sure not 4
No,
because
it's
at the
not.
end of this section, spoiler alert, Darrow has 4 bars.
He has 5 bars.
Okay, so it's got to be 7 then.
It's got to be 5 because he's like, now I am Primus. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
He said he
I
he
believe
has
you.
reached it.
I trust
Any
you.
freaking who, that doesn't matter all that much. But they are all vying after these bars to become Primus.
Yeah.
And, their merit gets them bars.
Yeah.
By doing cool stuff, I guess.
Yeah. And Darrow already has a bar
He does.
because he did so good on the freaking test.
Yeah, he did real good.
And there's a couple other people who also have bars
Yeah, only a couple.
for some reason or
There's
another.
like Priam, who's like he didn't have to take the test. His family just like put him in.
Yeah.
One of those families.
Ugh.
And then he's also friends with starting to become friends with this other guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? I want to say is it Cassius?
Yes, it's Cassius.
Okay, I was like, I want to say Cassian because it's Cassius.
Yeah.
It's very close. Friends is loose term, I feel like.
Yeah, they're
Darrow's
like
just-
acquaintances at this point.
at this point. And Darrow realizes that Cassius's twin brother Julian
Mm-hmm.
is
A wiener.
Is he a wiener?
Yeah.
Julian's
Isn't
nice, I think. He came up and he was like, "Oh, Cassius, I'm so glad you met this guy," because he and Darrow like met in some other capacity
Okay.
and had a quick chat. And became buds.
Was Julian the guy that he met in line while he was waiting to take his test?
I think so.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Okay, I take it back. He's not a wiener.
No, he's Cassius's twin, and he's nice. And he's like, Cass, I'm so glad you met him. I like this guy.
Okay.
And Darrow is just sitting here trying to play freaking gold politics because he's not a gold.
No.
And he's like, they speak high gold or whatever, and this is fancy. What the heck? And the table just goes down in order of like the worst performing on the test or whatever. But then they have their first intro into the school.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
Very.
So, you want to tell me
I
about
remember
it?
this part.
Tell me then.
Well, they get sent into rooms.
Yeah.
Basically. Partnered up with someone. I use partnered loosely.
It's a bad partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically they get sent into this room and have to like duel to the death.
Yeah. Only one of them
Only
makes it
one
out.
of those people in that room can leave.
Yeah. So these houses have all taken 100 students. Then to just cut that number in half immediately.
Yeah, they only have like a certain number of spots available at the end of it all.
Yeah. And there is no other option. Like, the people before they close them up in the room are like, only one of you comes out alive.
Yeah.
So I assume if they decided to not duel, like, the other people would pick or something. I don't know. But yeah, Darrow has to fucking fight Julian.
Yeah.
This guy just talked about.
Yeah.
His bud's brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's bad news.
It's bad news.
Yeah.
And he, of course, does the deed.
Yeah, he does.
Poor Julian.
Poor Julian.
And then they like stumble out of these rooms all beaten up.
Yeah.
And messed up.
Yeah.
And dealing with the trauma of having murdered someone.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah. And they like collectively start walking towards this room. At the feast or banquet or whatever.
Yeah.
Hall. And all of them are stricken. And there's one guy in particular, Roke. Is that his name?
Yeah.
That's what I think I say. Who is like a poet and speaks very wisely. I feel like he is like a freaking, I don't know, a guy who sits on council for a king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And is like speaks calm, reassuring things and has good ideas.
Yeah.
And when he sees Darrow all messed up, he's like, it had to happen, man. Like, what else could we do?
Yeah.
It's not our fault. It just is the way it is.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Don't be too hard on yourself, dude.
Yeah. Everyone's crying. People are upset. Cass is the only one who's like kind of gloaty and fucking not super torn up about it. And freaking Darrow's all afraid that Cassius is going to find out that he's the one who murdered his brother.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, because at this point, like, people are still slowly trickling in. Not everyone is there yet.
Yeah.
So Cassius doesn't know that his brother's dead.
No.
And he's sitting there like, freaking Julian, he's just taking his sweet time.
Yeah.
Like, just
like
assuming
with
that...
his partner or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then once everyone's in and the teacher, the proctor, whatever his freaking name is, that I don't remember.
I don't either.
He's kind of a jackass.
For sure.
But he comes in, he's like, well, that's all of you.
Everyone sit down now.
And
It's time to feast.
Let's eat about it. Cassian is like, Cassian. He's not Cassian.
I feel like
If
that's going to
only.
happen a lot.
Yeah. Cass, I guess I'll go with.
Yeah.
But then that also makes me feel like Cassian.
Same.
Here in the room.
Cassius.
Anyway.
He's behind you.
I wish. No, but Cass, his face drops. He realizes his brother's gone.
Yeah.
But then the proctor, the teacher, is essentially like, he is like, just buck up, guys. Like, this is the culling, you know? We have to weed out the weak. And what better way to do it than make you guys do that?
So fucked up.
Yeah, like, you've earned your place here. And it just is what it is. Like, these people wouldn't have survived any further anyway. And it's just saying all this, like, blunt shit.
Yeah.
Because they're preparing them to be, like, warriors or whatever.
Right.
And then he goes on to tell them that they're going to start the whole school. This, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Is after orientation the next day. All of the houses are in their own castle surrounding this, like, expansive land.
Yeah.
That is to become their battlefield. And the houses have to fight each other in a war, basically.
Yeah.
For power. And whatever house comes out victorious is special.
Yeah.
And gets something.
Yeah.
And all of this is like to prove yourself for apprenticeships and other things like outside of school to move on to the next big thing.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Scandal.
I know.
Sending students
to war
for school.
Yeah, no big deal. What a better way to learn.
I love this class.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
I actually kind of love it, though, the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's cool.
Yeah. So then the next day, after Darrow has taken a good snooze,
Yeah.
they wake up bright and early and go outside and look around. And the proctor man is like showing them a lay of the land, seeing where their castle is in respect to the wilderness and what have you.
Yeah.
And he's like, so yeah, just like figure it out, guys.
Good luck.
And there's this weird floating fucking mountain or something above all of it. And then he's like, yeah, that's Olympus. Like, all the proctors are going to be hanging out up there watching you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like all of the proctors are named after like Greek gods.
Yeah.
Or are Greek gods, ? I
or
don't
something.
know.
I don't remember his name.
I know there's like Athena, whoever this guy is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Those are the only ones I know.
They all have Greek goddess names for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he just like dips and floats on up to Olympus. They have grab boots, so they just like float around.
Yeah.
And they're all like, what the fuck? Okay. Figure out that they have to get their own food, get their own water in whatever capacity necessary.
Completely on their own.
Yeah.
And have rivals that they're battling.
I think they can only, like, they can see one other castle from their vantage point. Like Ceres or something. But that's about it. And there's 12. There's 12 houses.
Yeah.
And that's the only one they know about. I'm like, this fucking school has this program. It's got to last a long time.
Yeah.
I'm like, war can go on for years.
Years.
Oh, and also, the proctor before he leaves is like, how do you win? And nobody has a good answer. And Darrow's like, you make everyone slaves. And so they get this standard, which is just like a stick. In my mind.
I just imagine like a little totem.
Yeah, with like their Mars wolves, I think is their mascot. Carved on top, and like you touch someone's forehead and it marks them with your mark.
Yeah.
And they don't have a choice. I mean, they do, but if they don't obey after that or like act as if they're your slave, then they're called a shame or something.
Yeah.
Like they lose their status.
Yeah.
After school. So they get rocking. People are hunting. They start talking about how they need to find... Okay, well, first, shit.
Oh.
So they're sitting at their castle.
Are they?
And all of a sudden, a giant table of a feast plops into the middle of this valley. Between their castle and Ceres or whatever. And Darrow and Cass are like, well, let's go, bud. And they start sprinting down there. And everyone else is like, that's got to be a trap. Like, we can't be doing that.
Obviously.
And they get there and realize that the other house, there's people, like, hiding in the grass waiting to ambush them.
Yeah.
And they just, like, beat up 5 people or something. All of this, though, we learn that the proctors aren't endorsing them to kill everybody.
Yeah.
They're like, I mean, don't do that. Like, just injure them.
Yeah.
Or, like, make your own way.
Because they also have little med bots that come around and, like, take people when they get hurt seriously.
Yeah. Take them out of the game.
Yeah.
And or mend them on the spot and go about their merry way. But if it's, like, too big an injury, then they're out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, I know. But they beat up the people.
Yeah.
And have won the feast or whatever. Only to then hear horses. Horses. What the hell?
Horses.
Nobody says it like that. Horses. Coming from the other castle.
Yeah.
And they like chase them off.
It's really going to take me a minute to get over that.
Horses. I'm tired.
Me too. That's why it's so funny.
But then once they're back at the castle and have their feast and are munching, having a good time eating.
Nom nom nom.
They start talking about like we need a leader.
Yeah.
And Antonia is like a strong-willed woman, and then we have fucking Titus.
Freaking Titus.
Yeah, and both of them are like, what, Darrow and Cass, you think it should be you guys because you went and did that shit? Like, that's stupid. No.
Yeah.
self-appointed leader dumb.
Ugh.
And so they don't ever come to a solution.
No.
And those three become like tribes. Like Cass and Darrow have their own situation. Antonia's got her own. And then Titus has like a bunch of brutes. Basically.
Yeah, I just imagine like a bunch of friggin' bumbling idiots following Titus
who
around.
Who are just aggressive and mindless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Severo, which is like this random... He's the lowest performing in their house.
Yeah.
Based on the test. And he's like sly and sassy and kind of just disappears into the woods and is doing his whole own thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like one with the wolves.
I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah. He slinks off. So technically there's a fourth tribe and it's only Severo. But they start going about their business. Darrow and Cass. Darrow has like matches or something so he can actually like cook food
fire
for people
so they can have food
to kill or cook the animals they hunt.
Meanwhile, the other people don't have fire.
No.
And so everyone's just starving.
Yeah, or eating raw meat like fucking
Oh yeah,
Titus's
they start
crew.
going crazy and eating raw meat.
But Darrow's like, I'm not sharing with them. Like, then they'll just have more power. They think that Titus has the upper hand here because he's like brutish and
He's got all the manpower.
And he's unhinged. Like he's leading his little tribe to freaking be like doing a bunch of missions to sabotage Ceres. Like they're taking their shit and like going out and doing stuff and taking slaves and doing just like reckless stuff. They have no plan.
Yeah.
They're just like full steam ahead, aggressive.
Yeah.
Whereas Darrow and Cass's little crew, it's like the mid golds or mid whatevers who are like not as cool as the rest of them or something.
Yeah.
They're just like trying to come up with an action plan.
Yeah, they're actually trying to plan.
Yeah, like scouting and,
using logic.
Yeah, trying to do
trying
stuff.
to anyways.
We don't know anything about what the hell Antonia's up to.
No.
So.
She's just over here being a boss-ass lady.
That's right.
Maybe.
Maybe
not.
Perhaps. But at some point, freaking Cassius goes to like, I don't know, try to do something to Titus and like gets pissed on and beat up by him and his men.
Yeah.
And comes back like tail between the legs, kind of fucked up by it all.
Covered in piss.
Poor
guy.
I know.
He's like ashamed.
Yeah. And they're like, you should just like share the fire with them. Roke is the one who keeps trying to make them share the fire.
Yeah.
And Darrow thinks about it and like heads into the castle to like try to talk to Titus or something. And his two freaking henchmen are there and he's there and they start like crowding him and being aggressive and they're like, we know you got fucking fire, bro.
Yeah. And why do you smell like burning wood?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. And are trying to like attack him.
Yeah.
To some extent, but he ends up making an escape. And so they still have bad bonds. Bad blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the while, there's other houses doing shit.
Yeah.
And
there's hoodlumry afoot.
There's so much hoodlumry afoot. And at one point, Darrow and Cassius are out scouting. And they run... My language is really high tier today.
Every time you say anything like that now, I'm going to think of horses.
Horses. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Staple. Do we need just merch that's horses, but it's spelled like HORZES? Horses.
Horses. Yes. I
Right,
vote
anyway.
yes on the merch.
Great.
Hats.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Sure.
Socks. Stop it.
Sweatshirt, perhaps.
Come on. Pants.
All of it just says horses.
Horses. Right down the leg.
You can get a full sweatsuit of horses. Pair it with a beanie.
Underwear? Come on.
God. Bras.
Sports bra?
Why not go the whole way?
Horses.
Who endorses this? Anybody?
Go to the gym in your fucking horses sweatsuit.
What could you possibly extrapolate from that? Like, someone who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, they're like, I'm sorry.
Horses right across the titties.
All right. The Horses Campaign 2025.
Silly.
We'll see you in the new year.
Yeah. We'll start a freaking... What are those things called?
I don't know.
Not a Patreon, but a friggin' crowdfunding thing. Like,
GoFundMe.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay.
We'll start a GoFundMe if you guys want to support our horses merch.
Yeah, but then we expect you to buy it afterwards. Anyway.
Yeah.
Darrow and Cassius are scouting at some point and run into this lady on a horse who is also the same lady who called Darrow a freaking pixie or something earlier in the book. And they like dub her Mustang because she's got this sick Mustang, the horse. Yeah. Not car, obviously.
Cars on Mars? Come on.
They just float away.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, they dub her Mustang and decide it'd be a great idea to steal her horse.
Yeah.
And they end up like knocking her and the horse down.
Yeah, Cassius like trips the horse with his leg. I'm like, I don't feel like that's a thing, dude.
well, Darrow was doing other shit, and then Cassius came behind and like, yeah, it was
silly.
Can you trip a horse?
Can you like kick a horse's knees out
from the back? But they still have 2 legs.
3?
I'm imagining you're kicking both the back ones. I guess that's like a jumping. Both legs straight.
You'd end up on your ass.
It's fine, Sarah. It's fine.
Silly.
It's a good way to make the horse sit. Then you're both on your asses.
I guess that horses are tall enough you could probably punch them out.
Oh God, there's options. The jumping kick didn't do it for you?
No.
We're really deranged this episode.
Although they are on Mars, so they have the whole like gravity thing. Maybe they could do the jumping kick.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there's
and land
less
back on their feet.
Gravity.
That's true.
But then wouldn't the horse just be able to catch itself?
I don't know. Anyway, the horse falls down. But freaking Mustang lady has homies.
Yeah.
And they start
crowding. Just appearing out of the bush.
Yeah.
Because they're in the woods.
A singular bush. All of them. It's like a clown car. We gotta get it together.
This is what happens when we're both tired and slap happy.
Oh Lordy. Yeah.
Anyways, so all of her homies come out of the clown car of bush.
They do. So now it's a clown car full of bush. But like, what kind of bush, Sarah?
Yikes.
Oh, this is killing me. I'm crying again.
I meant to say the clown car of bushes. Like,
yeah.
The bush.
That is a clown car.
Is a clown car concept.
Yeah, that one. They're all pouring out of it.
Yeah.
And they're like, haha, we got you now, suckers.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. And
they're all on horses too, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, horses.
They couldn't possibly punch the knees out of any horses. Oh. I gotta just get it to breathe about it.
This episode's messy.
Anyway,
Ugh.
in response to that, Darrow and Cassie say no thanks and jump into the fucking
They jump
river.
in the river and just hide in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
Just floating
They
there
have,
like,
little floaties,
suckers.
come get me. And they're
Why
like,
doesn't anyone come in the water for them?
none
is
of 'em
my
wanna
question.
swim. None of them want to swim. I don't know.
Silly. They're just like,
Yeah.
I'm in the river now. You can't reach me.
Yeah. But then Mustang, the leader, she's apparently the leader,
Yeah.
like gets called away for something. Something's going down. There's something.
Yeah.
Other people perhaps. And she just leaves a couple guards to watch them. She's like, they're gonna get hypothermia and end up one way or another. Just make sure they don't escape.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
then,
that's why no one came in, because it's fucking cold.
yeah,
I think that actually is why.
yeah, they're freezing their asses off in there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what the hell to do before they die in the water.
Yeah.
And they don't know where these, like, 2 guards are. They're just in the darkness lurking.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Severo comes.
Yeah.
And Severo's been real elusive and real weird. Like, he goes and howls with the wolves and shit.
Yeah.
And wears a wolf skin all the time.
Yeah.
He is a wolf man.
Ah, woo.
Yeah. But he comes and Wapapow takes him out.
Mm-hmm.
And Darrow and Cass are like, holy shit, man, thanks.
Where you been, bud?
What's up?
Yeah.
And so they've been rescued. And they go back to the camp. But I think in all of their interaction with Mustang, like, she kind of gets a sense as to where their castle is.
Mm-hmm.
And has perhaps taken it. Is that at this point?
No, that's later.
Okay.
After they go and... Don't they go then to her
Yeah,
village?
I think while she's out, they go and
Sneak into her village and start burning shit?
they start burning shit and take her
And-
standard, the, like,
Yeah.
slave maker.
That's right.
And they are just let in. They, like, take the clothes of the people that were guarding them and are
Mhm.
just let in without too much question.
Yeah, which the
start
clothes that the people were wearing are animal skins. They're like, aren't they? Or am I thinking
don't
of a
know.
different thing? Like stinky animal skin.
Yeah, I think at some point they get animal skins put on them that are
Yeah.
stinky.
Yeah.
In any case, they walk right through and start just making chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cass's or Severo's lighting fires.
Yeah.
Fucking, they are just making it seem like they're being sieged.
Yeah.
And
These people also have a map,
yeah.
and they like burn the map
Yeah.
or something.
They
or
all
take
have
it.
maps, but I think that they'll have maps and it only shows like what they've discovered in each of their houses. Like they're all catered to the house.
Yeah.
But they do burn their map and any like notes and intel they have.
Yeah.
And they take their cook
Mm-hmm.
because they like don't have someone who can cook well.
Yeah, all of their food up till now has been poo
Yeah.
because
Nobody can cook.
nobody can cook.
Yeah. And they get the standard and they dizzy dip on out of there.
Yeah.
And they come back because Mustang did, in fact, take their castle. Because they approach and they're like, hey, dude, we've got your thing. Or maybe not. No, I feel like that's right. Like,
Okay.
get the hell out of here. We got your thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they've met up with the Darrow and Cassius's tribe or something. So they have some, like, backup.
Okay.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh.
I don't know. But she's like, fools, you bitches.
Idiots.
But what they found, Mustang and her cronies,
Mm-hmm.
was all of the horrid shit Titus had been doing in the house.
Oh, yeah.
He was taking slaves,
Mm-hmm.
women, and
R-wording them.
R-wording them, brutalizing them,
Mm-hmm.
and just doing all sorts of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So they, like, imprisoned Titus and
Good.
all of his cronies.
Good riddance.
And Mustang's like, they make a deal about, like, getting their shit back.
Yeah.
Like, taking the castle back. They're like, you can have your standard and you can go home. And she's like, I want all your slaves. And they're like, no. Like, I don't know. We won't go wreck the rest of your house if you get the hell out of here or something.
Yeah.
They come to some sort of agreement and she leaves. And they get that freaking house back.
Yeah.
Which then... Oh, and they also had gathered Antonia onto their side and everything. To, like, face Mustang and her friends.
Okay.
I think. But anyway, all of this big moving then starts putting Darrow into a power position. And people start looking up to him and, like, taking orders from him.
Yeah. And he's getting bars.
Yeah.
He's got more bars now.
He's getting bars left and right.
I think he's up to 4 now
He's
after
got
all
lots
of this.
of bars. And he starts becoming the leader of the house.
Yeah.
And, like, has fire now. So everyone's eating well.
Yeah.
And then they decide that they need to deal with Titus.
Yeah.
And Darrow goes to, like, talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Titus is completely unashamed of all the shit he's been doing. And just horribly enraged.
Yeah.
And started saying some weird shit. Like, you know, they did this to me. Or, like, they've done this. They killed her. He started, like, ranting about something.
Mm-hmm.
And Darrow has this weird revelation, just like in the way that Titus is speaking and his story and stuff. He says like bloody hell or something.
He says bloody hell because it's gory hell is the thing that the Golds say.
Yeah.
They don't say blood, they say gory.
Yeah.
And he also says when talking about something that the Golds have done, he says they instead of we.
Yeah. And so Darrow's like, oh, shit, he's got to be a red, too.
He's a red, holy shit.
He's been carved also.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this, like, huge internal battle about, like, I mean, Titus has heinous crimes. He certainly could be put to death.
Yeah.
But it's like my brother and my kin in the same sense.
Yeah.
But he decides to go forward with
Cassius and his crew is also his family now.
Yeah. Well,
and he's,
they're
like,
in the
starting to
middle of
care
this
about
shit.
them.
Yeah. And so they take Titus out and are planning to, like, duel.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to duel Titus.
Yeah.
Darrow is.
And Cassius says, nah, dude, he's mine, remember?
Because he pissed on me and beat me up.
Yeah.
Like, I want to take it.
Cassius is convinced that Titus is the one that killed Julian.
Right. Which Darrow kind of, like...
led him to.
Yeah.
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 And Darrow... Yeah. Darrow is, like, conflicted as to whether or not to let Cassius duel in his stead.
Yeah.
And ends up letting him.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassius, like, vengeance kills that guy.
Yeah. He
like,
loses
really brutal.
his mind.
Yeah.
And yells at Titus while he's killing him about how
you killed
my brother.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I know.
Why wouldn't Titus be like, no, I didn't, dude?
I mean, he's getting kicked the shit out of.
I know, but I feel like this wasn't the first instance where...
Yeah. I don't know.
Or where Cassius said something about Julian. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know why he wouldn't own up to it. But nonetheless, Titus is gone.
Yeah.
And Roke approaches Darrow and he's like, that was not the way this should have gone. Like, that wasn't justice. That was vengeance. And it, like, paints Darrow in kind of a bad light as leader for a minute. And people are, like, talking shit behind his back and saying all these things. But he's still in a leader position.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, struggles to hold on to it.
Yeah.
So then they make a new plan.
Yeah. They need to form an alliance.
Yeah.
Or 7.
Yeah. Or 17. And Darrow has this big plan.
Mm-hmm.
They have every intention of striking back at Minerva, which is the Mustang house. Lady Mustang.
Yeah.
And so they go, and to, like, try to take Ceres, I think, eventually. The one that's closest to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they find a house that's further away. And it's just Darrow and Cass who are approaching, I think. Maybe Severo's there. Maybe it's just Severo and Darrow, actually.
I think so, yeah.
He brought Severo to seem, like, less intimidating because he looks crazy with his wolf skin.
him and friggin' Cassius had, like, an argument about... Because Cassius wanted to come, and Darrow was like, no, you're going to stay here and that's an order.
Yeah.
And Cassius was like, oh, it's an order, okay, meh.
Yeah.
So, they got in an argument.
They kind of had a tiff. A
Yeah.
tizzy, if you will. But they go and approach this other house. I don't remember which one it is. But they're like, hey, guys, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to form an alliance.
Yeah.
And you will get shit out of it. I don't remember what. But come
get
help
something.
us fuck with fucking House Minerva.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be buds after that.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine.
We have a
all
cook,
gravy.
so...
We gotta cook.
You can have some food.
Yeah. You can have some spoils.
Yeah.
And so they plan to go to the Minerva house, castle.
Yeah.
But prior to their, like, full team arrival, under the cover of night, Severo and his weird fucking other guys who were like him. Because there was a group of them from Darrow's original tribe who joined up with Severo and became wolf people. And they're, like, slinking through the night. They, like, go and hide inside of horse carcasses.
Yeah.
Outside of the gate of this house.
Uh-huh.
And then Darrow and the rest of the crew start approaching. And they've, like, hidden people from this other house to look like Severo and his men. So that, like, when they're counting numbers, they aren't missing anyone.
Yeah.
And they go and start approaching. And they're like, hey,
how's it going?
Let's duel about it. Because there's one specific guy in Minerva, Paz something. I don't remember his name. Who was, like, really burly and tall and strong.
Yeah, I don't remember
and
either.
Darrow's, like, yelling his name.
Yeah.
Issuing
Pax.
a duel. Pax.
It's Pax.
Pax. Come out here.
Yeah.
And Minerva's like, or Mustang lady. It's like, you want a duel, fool? All right, fine. Pax comes out. And then, like, right as they're getting ready to duel, I feel like Severo and his men jump up.
Yeah, before that, they have this... Mustang says this thing where, like, you and your men are going to go stand over here, and we're going to burn this whole field.
To make sure
no one's hiding in the grass.
Yeah.
And then you guys and 10 of your men can come over here, and we'll come over with 10 of our men who will make the circle of the duel.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So they burn the field, which... How do the horse carcasses...
Horse carcasses
burn. So
yeah, I don't know. I
How?
guess the grass didn't reach that far. They're like in mud. I don't know.
You're right. They are in mud.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Great. We got there.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, as the duel's about to get going, well, actually, Darrow, like, wants that victory. So he's not about to let anyone intervene.
Yeah.
And actually does, like, down Pax. Because he's, like, kind of slower and big and lumbery.
Yeah.
But then as that's happening, Severo and friends
are breaking out of horse carcasses.
And end up, like, breaking into the walls of the house and, like, causing a ruckus.
Yeah.
And I think they overtake the house and,
Yeah.
like, get a bunch of slaves and shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happens to Mustang. I feel like she leaves.
Yeah.
Like, bails.
I feel like she runs away. She's
Yeah.
like, hey.
Yeah.
Also, have we learned yet about this other random fucking guy that... Who the fuck is he?
I
don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember
Do you
his
know
name
who I'm
either.
talking about?
I do. There's
Okay.
some elusive guy who's, like, on the other side of this battlefield who's been causing ruckus and has heard about Darrow, who they've labeled the Reaper.
Yeah.
And, like, wants to challenge him and is, like, coming for his ass and doing a bunch of hood shit. People are talking about him.
Yeah, it's very ominous.
It is. Yeah. And they don't know who he is yet.
No.
Or where he is, because they have only found 3 other houses at this point.
Yeah.
Of the 12.
Which is crazy.
I know.
Wild.
But now, after this whole freaking excursion, they are back at the house and have every intention of taking Series 2. And I think they're going to stay partnered with this other house until it happens.
Yeah.
Because Series has, like, stoves
Bread.
and crops and horses and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And would be a good, like, stronghold. Like, it's way more well protected than their house is.
Yeah.
And they all, like, kind of theorize that House Mars gets little to nothing because they're so, like, brutish and aggressive.
And strong and aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. And they're trying to temper them. All the while all this is going down, the Proctors are just, like, in the air floating, watching. Yeah. Eating food, drinking wine, laughing.
Yeah.
Like, a whole
They have tables
spectacle
that come and, like...
on freaking grab boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
But all of this, I think, comes to the end of this section where they get back to the house and they have a bunch of slaves now who are doing their labor and stuff. Because, well, they got them. And Darrow gets his final line. And he's like, I am Primus now. And he's waiting for the Proctor to, like, come down and honor him in some way.
Yeah.
But the chapter ends and we didn't get that.
Yeah. There's a couple things you missed
Probably.
that I remember.
Tell me.
So, the Proctor guy, the main guy, I don't remember his name. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
don't know.
That guy.
Says something to Darrow at some point about Julian. And he's like, what are you going to do when Cassius finds out?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another thing that happens where, and I think it's after the whole siege of Mustang's crew. Darrow's like in the friggin' house or whatever, and someone comes and says that, what's his name? Roke?
Yeah.
Fell into a crevice.
Oh, yeah.
And he needs to come help.
Yeah.
And so he starts running down there, and he's like halfway there, and he's like, oh shit, this is a trap. And there's people chasing him.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogue had the hots for Leah.
Yeah.
And was going to like go meet up with her.
He was going to kiss her.
And Leah is the one who led Darrow down into the forest. And it was like Antonia and all of Titus's brutes that hadn't converted to like Darrowism.
Yeah.
Who were trying to get after him.
Yeah.
They were trying to muck duck him.
Yeah. And they kill
Leah. Yeah. And
for
Roke's
some reason
now.
And now Roke is nowhere to be found.
We don't know where Roke is.
Yeah.
Antonia and her crew have fled.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So.
And also through all of this, there's so many little things. Through all of this mysterious other guy has been like trying to bribe people to bring Darrow to him.
Yeah.
Like, to bring the Reaper, as they coin him. And so he wonders if like Antonia or Leah or whoever
or like somehow got to.
Yeah. And they had every intention of taking them or him to whoever this guy is.
Yeah. Why did they? Do you remember why they killed Leah? Because I don't. They were like asking him to do something for them, and he wouldn't do it, and so they killed Leah.
I feel like, he realized it was a trap, and he laid down and hid in the grass.
Oh, and he wouldn't come out.
And he wouldn't come out. And they were like, if you don't come out, I'm slitting Leah's throat.
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, for the better of all, rather than one.
Yeah.
And let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Oh my God.
And he just laid in the grass all night. Like, no one found him, really.
Yeah.
And he's laying in the grass while they're like searching for him, and he looks up and they have like night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Oh, how did they not find
thick
him?
Grass, Sarah. But if you can see them, like they should be able to see you. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, but this book is getting nuts.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting concept.
It is.
Of like a simulated battlefield and just the vie for power and fucking Darrow's doing a good job because he's supposed to like become something big so he can have influence and help the Reds and all the enslaved and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm into it.
I wish that I could be more into it.
That's fair. Well, maybe this.
But I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm not hating it. It's just chewy.
Yeah, it is dense.
And
for
it's
sure.
confusing when I don't want to read.
That's fair. I don't blame that at all.
Well, thank you.
That. I pointed at Sarah. Everybody.
Yeah. For all you listeners.
Yeah. Well, how are you guys feeling about it? And if you've read it, like, do you like it?
Yeah.
Did you hate it? What's up?
Yeah.
And next week, we are going to be finishing this sucker.
Yeah, chapters 33 through the end.
That's right. Buckle up. We got to see what happens in this freaking school.
Yeah.
Are they going to win? Is House Mars going to win it all?
Maybe.
What happens when you win it all? I'm sure they've said it, but I don't know.
Are they going to find the guy?
Roke. Are they? Is Darrow going to keep his disguise? Is nobody going to find him out?
Is Cassius going to find out that Darrow killed Julian?
Yeah. What's going to happen here?
Dun, dun, dun.
Is this mysterious other guy going to be a big problem?
Probably. Yeah.
I wonder who he is.
Do you think Mustang is going to be a problem?
I think Jackal, by the way.
Jackal. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that I will know it if I hear it, but I don't know.
Yeah, same. It came to my brain suddenly.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm sure Mustang is going to be a problem. I'm sure she's going to partner up with Jackal. Come on.
Probably.
Come on.
You're right.
And then ultimately, while there are 12 houses, it's going to be like 2 vying for the ultimate throne.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm excited for that. So next week, guys, read the end of this book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we go, Sarah.
Yes.
What'd you read this week?
What did you read this week, Danielle?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay. Well, I finished River of Silver by S.A. Chakraborty.
Woo-woo.
It was a couple 100 pages.
Yeah.
And I gave it a 5-star.
Wow.
And that wraps up our David Bad experience, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Me too. I think that's why I'm in a slump.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I know.
Thanks for pointing that out for me, because I wouldn't have figured it out, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Sure thing. I got you.
Anyway,
I also finished listening to the Inheritance Games by What's her name?
Jennifer Lynn Barnes.
Thank you.
You're
The first
welcome.
book, it was like 17%, and I gave it a 3.5 star.
Wow.
It was fine. And then, Sarah,
Yeah.
I listened to all of The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo.
Heck yeah.
And gave that sucker a 4 star.
Heck yeah.
And I'm still reading The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang.
Uh-huh.
I got another like 80 some odd pages through it.
Hell yeah.
Still really enjoying myself.
Good.
And then finally, I'm 70% of the way through listening to Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, it's lovely so far.
Ugh, I love him.
I do too. But I got a lot of reading done. And also, guys, that was like 3 reviews that I just threw at you real quick. If you want to actually hear my thoughts, go check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We have check-ins where we just chat about books outside the podcast.
Yeah. We do.
So, what did you read, Sarah?
Well, I finished the last 75% of Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 2.5 stars.
No.
I listened to all of Ward D by Frida McFadden. And if you want to hear me rage about that book, go listen to our weekly reading check-in. Weekly personal read check-in.
Yeah.
I gave it 1 star. In case you're curious. And then I started reading and got so close to the end. I read 269 pages of The Handyman Method by Nick Cutter and Andrew F. Sullivan.
Sick.
Yeah, it's really interesting and kind of creepy.
Horror vibes.
Yeah. And I started listening to When Life Gives You Vampires by Gloria Duke.
Heck yeah.
And I listened to 20% of that.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, shit, yeah. Let us know what you guys are reading. Let us know how you feel about Red Rising.
Yeah, please.
You can find us on all the things, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube at Books and Crannies Podcast.
Yes.
And if you are on YouTube already, go listen on a podcast platform. And also, hi. Welcome. We love you.
If you're on YouTube, go listen on a podcast platform.
Yeah, why
Is that
not?
what you meant to say?
Yes, it is.
Listen to this twice.
Sure, why not?
And also,
or at least,
if you're on YouTube, hit the notification bell.
yeah.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
And like.
Uh-huh.
We love you.
We love you. And if you don't want to listen twice, just at least go drop us a rating on a podcast platform.
Yeah, please.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, Amazon. There's
whatever.
more.
Yeah.
They're probably everywhere.
Any of them.
Yeah, please do it.
Yeah.
Show us some love. And come engage with us on TikTok.
Please.
I mean, we'll talk to you anywhere, but that one's easiest.
Yeah.
/ where we
/
talk
where
most.
people are the nicest. You YouTube people are mean.
Damn, YouTube. You got shit to say.
You try to be mean, but it's kind of funny.
It is funny. But thank you guys for listening and hanging out. We appreciate you. And I hope you have a great week.
Yeah. And again, don't forget, chapters 33 through the end.
That's right.
For next week.
Of Red Rising by Pierce Brown.
Happy reading.
Okay.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.